This is the Schwarze Super Updraft, and we are going to start off with talking about safety. As always, Schwarze Industries likes to start about safety to make sure operators and maintenance personnel are safe working around this machine. We're going to start off with going inside the cab to talk about the keys. Inside the cab, of course, we have two sets of keys. The chassis keys and of course the sweeper console keys. It is always necessary to take the keys out so no one around the sweeper can actually accidentally start the sweeper while somebody else is actually working on it. So this is very, very important, and of course anything else, it needs to be following that anytime that you're doing maintenance. A very important sticker to observe, of course, is the one behind the fan housing. Hands-off warning, as well as warning, do not put your hands into the fan housing, or actually the back of the fan housing while the engine is running. However, anytime, of course, you are back here, remember, the keys are in your pocket, so therefore nothing is actually running. Now we are on the right-hand side of the sweeper. Please observe a very important sticker right here to where it says do not operate without the belt guards or the shaft guards actually being put in place. So therefore, anytime that these belt guards are off, you should not operate, or for that matter, inspect anything on a running engine sweeper. However, again, remember, the keys are in your pocket, so nothing should actually run while you're doing those inspections or repairs. Another very important sticker, it is the one here that is giving you another warning about not taking the exhaust head hose off with the auxiliary engine running. We're going to start with the greasing process of the sweeper. Greasing, of course, the Super Updraft is not something very difficult. However, there are the first two grease fittings that I'm going to demonstrate. They are the two shaft bearings for the fan. The fan bearings, they need to be greased once every 250 hours. 1 ounce of grease, which is about 1.5 pumps with a handheld grease gun. So the first one, of course, is the front bearing, and to get to that bearing, there is an access hole right here. One and a half shots. The second one is actually the rear bearing. The second one is in the rear of the shaft, and of course that one is requiring one and a half shots of grease. Always cap the grease fittings. Now always you're going to have to do that while the engine is actually cool, and definitely when the engine is not running. But again, you're doing maintenance, so therefore the keys should be in your pocket at all times. Now we are on the right-hand side of the sweeper. Please observe a very important sticker right here to where it says do not operate without the belt guards or the shaft guards actually being put in place. So therefore, anytime that these belt guards are off, you should not operate, or for that matter, inspect anything on a running engine sweeper. However, again, remember, the keys are in your pocket, so nothing should actually run while you're doing those inspections or repairs. Another very important sticker, it is the one here that is giving you another warning about not taking the exhaust head hose off with the auxiliary engine running. Greasing the fan seal and the intake seal is only as required. After, of course, the sweeper has been washed a few times, eventually the grease is actually going to wash off. It needs to have another film of grease on there to keep those seals moist. so they do not collapse and after they dry up. As needed, the greasing for those seals. The U joint for the gutter broom arm, it does need, of course, greasing once a month, and the grease fitting is right underneath here. 1 pump of grease with a handgun once a month. Coming around to the back of the sweeper, we have 2 main hinges for the sweeper hopper. There's 2 grease fittings, one here and one here, that they need to be greased once a month, 1 shot of grease. That completes the greasing process for the Super Updraft. Again, remember, over-greasing the sweeper is not necessary, especially when you're greasing the bearings for the fan shaft. The bearings for the fan shaft need to be greased every 250 hours. Over-greasing the bearings is as destructive as not greasing them at all.